What is happening? Bro, we're at 50. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some 4-color humans. This deck list is inspired by Legend. The link to the deck list below will be linked to his video, so definitely go check him out. Love his content, really great dude, so you should definitely check out the video there. Also, if you're wanting some brawl content, he does that, so maybe that'll tickle your fancy. Outside of that, the purpose of this deck is to double our human triggers, whether that's being attacking or just doubling them in general with the roaming throne. So outside that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the games. And if you enjoy my content, please be sure to subscribe. I truly appreciate it. And let's just get out there and game. Okay. Well, I mean, if they're aggro, we're going to love everything that's happening with our hand. So, yep. If they're not aggro, and we'll maybe cry a little. Just ever so slightly, you know. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Like Rakdos, we have to worry about Brotherhood end, but we can worry about that next turn. Don't really have to do anything too crazy here. First game, a little bit of a. I think I did this where I just shimmied it and then I just like grabbed the wrong one for whatever reason. I decided that was a great idea. Well, hello. Don't worry. I only have Thalia. Or Thalia equal more bad. Well, let's play the land that enters tapped, and I'm looking to get aggressive. I want to block my veteran. Sure, I'll take my Thalia back. Really need to hit something use here. Harvester's kind of annoying because Harvester can kind of brick wall what's currently going on. And I think flooding is going to be one of the big contributors to us dropping this match right away. Got before a 3-land opener. This ends up falling short. Yeah, I'm gonna keep attacking for now. Blood type harvest is gonna block and then maybe sack on something else, but then I can always bring the other thing back, and it has flying, so now I can block the deep cavern bat, and the deep cavern bat can't just attack me for free. And low life. The only real problem is we're going to need to take over creatures soon, or we're just going to be too far behind. We definitely need something like an Adeline or Packle. That's your attack, then sure, I'll take it. Slide right under 19, under 20 to 19. They're considering sacking to blow up the Phantom. Another creature is not necessarily that strong. Like, I feel so behind already. I just don't know what to do. Alright. Got nothing going on. You concerned about? Heck, I guess. Hit. Another frontliner. I guess at this point, it's just a whack game. Like roaming throne's also incredible here because we can actually name soldier and it can trigger these twice. Any attack? The virtue gone. Thorin maybe to make a 2/3 flyer. All the more problems that we have.
You feel this annoyance.
What's this? Gotta be an attacking creature. Trigger twice. Here. 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 Now they're ready to go. This is white to unearth it. Oh, they let that go through. Do they have an answer? Raw to reveal Liliana. Not necessarily the biggest concern in the world for me.
Very well.
Little do they know if they minus here, that's like fine, but they only get a cavern from us. You had an Archangel and you didn't play it. Wow. What? Your blood token's gone. Did we just crawl out of this game? There's no way. There's no way we win this game. Right? What? We did nothing. What were they doing? They sacked the Blood Tithe Harvester without a blood token in play. So it put -0/-0 on a creature. Go first. We have a way to gain life. We have a 2-drop. And then hopefully we find a land for the big creature here. So keep. Land in the veteran. You play veteran in your deck. It always feels like it's there turn 1. Has to be. Devastating play, of course. Play Kellen. I was like, oh, maybe we should play Inti. I was like, I can't do that. This feels like the one deck, the Helping Hand deck. I think that's what it is. So we'll have to kind of look out for that. Control decks don't normally play Consider. It's the Mentor help deck. See. The Hottie Gen. Against Otherworldly Gaze, yeah, it's definitely just that. Really have to hope for no hit here. Or just no Helping Hand. Looks like they have it. Oh, there it is. It's already a 5/4. Wow. Oh, I mean, race they won, it's a race they'll get. And with time reveals our cards. We'll put that in the grave. Might have counter spells, but they have to worry about the board currently. I'm not that concerned about it, and they don't really play board wipes ever, so letting land go now while I have this current board state seems like the play. Second Hottie Gen, just and attack. Okay. Bring up the wall, I suppose. I mean, fair enough. Now we'll play veteran. We'll need to go to full control mode here. Resolve. Or, no, it should ask us. I don't think my triggers auto resolve. So we want Kellen to happen first, then Inti, so we know what's on top, or we get more options. Look, it's a land and we can play a land, so we'll decline to leave a land there. We'll pitch the frontliner, putting a counter on Packle. Packle will go up. We'll gain all this life back. Going incredibly wide here. Now we can play this land for turn. Block there? You don't block the Packle? Why? Maybe he's just hoping to one-shot me from here. That's a double them. Then some. And you still have to deal with the Packle. Plus the current board state. Starting off with Consider's good. Land doesn't grow. Up to 12. To get there. Pulling out another creature. Otherworldly Gaze. This actually takes a spell out. But most likely they'll add more. On up even more. Alright. 16. Chart of course. Probably going to 10 for 20. Have one white. Is this a get lost? Helping Hand back for the Shredder. And that is not going to be enough for 22 damage. They attack knowing that the game is over. And we pull it out with the Tackle on the play. Being super aggressive. I think where they really lost that game is where they actually attacked a little bit early. But also, if they didn't attack and hit me for 5, I'd be all the way at 32. So it'd definitely be even harder. So I get it. But at the same time, you get to try to trade off more stuff. And then my attacks are way less threatening. Sure. One of the weird times. Like, every time I've ever played Kellen, I've never really been able to activate his other mode. So feels pretty good to do that here, even though it might not be necessarily the best thing of all time, but I'll take it. We'll play a Copperline Gorge. We'll play out the Kellen. Looks like mono red here. Ellen's a 2/3, maybe not the biggest creature of all time, although Thalia is really good, no? Yeah, let's get Thalia down, make it a little bit more awkward. If they just play a Swift Spear here, they won't be able to cast any spells. Play with Fire's 2 mana, and that takes their whole turn away. It buys us what we want. Play with Fire and then do 1 damage, sure. Then we'll play our Kellen. Or we can just play Adeline. All good here. Adeline's pretty tough to remove. They would have to play land and then also have the 4 mana spell that gets reduced by attackers. Or they could play Elden, but this doesn't really cover it. No blocks for now. I don't want to block and then give them value and then they like play with Fire my Adeline. Especially whenever I draw other land, I play other land. I play Roaming Throne. I name Human because that's both Packle and the Adeline. It also has Ward 2, which makes it incredibly hard to kind of stop. Attack. Although, this will actually allow them to burn our Adeline, now that I think about it, because this is 3 creatures attacking. One of the downsides of what Roaming Throne can provide and take away with 1 red mana open. Podrick, sure. Here's one of the big crazy parts, right? Why would you do that now and not let me block? Boy. That's 9. That's 10. Do I have lethal in the backswing? This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I have lethal in the backswing, I think. Because this is about to go massively large. So let's just get the Kellen down, because why not? Let's get Packle down, because why not? Then let's go to combat and let's see how much. See how many attack triggers we get here. Because it is absolutely insane. Going to double up with the Roaming Throne. We get to bring Packle up, doubling it along with the Adeline. Going way over the amount that we need. Just so easy sometimes when you have a Roaming Throne in play. Alright. Yeah, we should be good here. It should be a keepable hand for sure. Play this. We name Human. Can't use this side because it's not an activated ability. This is a sorcery. Works a little bit different. Play here. We'll play the Naturalist. Naturalist to make more mana is always nice because it can make it green, and we can cycle the Kellen after we play a Packle and attack. Nice. Play Packle. Are they short? Are they short? Maybe they just don't have binding. I need to figure out if they have the binding. I'm actually not sure. Blue, green, white, red, and black. Yeah, they have leyline binding, man. They just actually didn't have a leyline binding. So that's actually really good news for us. And they won't have one here. You could have Virtue for the Packle. They'll gain them 2. They'll go back to 18. Stuck, or maybe even a go for the third or something of that nature. Plaza. Generally only play Sunfall, but I think I want to keep the Plaza of Heroes up. Back here. Like normally, I think most times I'm kind of just like wherever I want to be. Oh, this attack happens. 7. Use the map token, I guess. Good. Packle. I don't think they ever let us get to combat. Packle there. Sure. Now end turn. Holding up the Plaza of Heroes. So if they go like land to populate here, we can just give Packle hexproof. Destructible. Cool, sure. You don't have 2 white. What's the plan? Sure. Huh? The combat? Funny, you have not cast a single spell this game. What's the strategy? I don't know. I have a ton of creatures. Have not cast a single spell. You have now decided that Leyline Binding is the spell you would like to cast. I will try to give this protection. You have something in response? Because it's still lethal. I'm just doing it in case you have more things. Okay, so it was... I'm going to play 4 lands. I'm going to cast 1 spell and 1 spell only. And lose. Nice. Alright, we go first. We have Frontliner. Maybe the Naturalist is probably what we end up playing first. Naturalist can make us some mana, and you can kind of discard one of these Frontliners after we attack. Maybe. My Frontliner square up. Black. Inti can kind of fire off right away. We're gonna attack. We're gonna decline the Inti right now because, like, I would like to have something to play if I'm going to do it. All right. Well, that attack. So they let that trigger. Inti happens. Sure. He's not on the battlefield. So the discard wouldn't happen. So we will decline. Yeah. I had to like double kind of check with myself there. Because it would just be discarding a card for a counter because the bottom half wouldn't be there to trigger. Go play this Helena. You kill it? Makes sense. That makes sense. Would like to move to combat, and I would like to trigger these. Trigger here, we'll trigger here, you know, spread the love a little. Do green. Have everything get bonked and boinked. No, we'll sack one of these. We'll take a little look. Not good enough, I think, to keep on top, especially considering we can play it from the graveyard. We have way too many good cards that we can draw in this spot that I think allowing ourselves to draw this is not good enough. Oh, we gonna make a 2-3 here? I suppose. And like I said, I think there's way too many cards that are good that we can draw here. I will pop this. Put it here. See if we hit a land. We do. Play it here. Play this land. We'll move to combat. I'm attacking face. I think we need to put a counter here. Put a counter here. Put a counter here. Put a counter here, I guess. Make a green or red, I suppose. So they're gonna block the 4. They'll take 6. They'll go to 7. And now we kind of have them in a little bit of a right where we want them type thing. Although we could have put a lot more counters on that and attack space and then maybe took the Sorin out, because things like Sunfall are really annoying. But it is what it is. Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. And Sunfall is always going to be a card that is annoying to play against, because it's just a board wipe. It's whatever. But it's just the fact that it's a board wipe and a win condition that's always so frustrating about it. Do that and play our land. We love drawing lands. Flyer to trigger the Packle. We don't necessarily have to attack with it, but I don't think we're ever going to get there. Keep drawing their removal. Sure. So the 2-3. Draw Thalia, and I think it's just too slow, and we'll have to move on. God, bro. It's a little whack for sure. We're on to play, so we should be able to tempo out this hand pretty aggressively. Human. Kind of curious whether it's supposed to be Packle that comes down first. I guess it kind of depends what our opponent's playing. But control definitely makes it interesting. Not like really, but at the same time it does. Go here, we attack. Now it's like, do we play Two Heavens or we play Packle? And I think Packle's actually the answer. Especially now, I think Packle's the answer. Gain a little bit of life. We play the Plaza. And especially if we think that maybe they're going to be trying to stand on removal. And then play a land, keep the Plaza of Heroes up for the Packle. The main issue being that Sunfall is obviously a problem. They double blocked the Naturalist. It looks like they're going to try to get it off the battlefield. That makes sense. When you get combat, please. Then I'll play my frontliner. We'll gain a little bit more life here. Land and lockdown. Like, frustrating as that could be. I know Sunset Revelry is not a big deal, honestly, in my opinion. Populate's kind of annoying. So maybe we just play land and kind of hold for depopulate. But if it's not depopulate, then Sunfall is obviously going to be devastating. And depopulate's generally a one-of card. So I think we go for it. I think we get quite aggressive, honestly. Then we just mix up the bag right away. This is a 1/1. This is not a counter, therefore it doesn't work with this. Throw this to be awkward to remove. We'll go that to be awkward to remove. Alright, so we're all the way at 30. Although we are playing a matchup in which it doesn't matter that we're at 30. Oh, the block is kind of wild. It tells me they don't really have an answer to the board state. Because, like, why would you take more damage if you have to populate? Tap land? Okay. The Celestis and die. Alright. I mean, that's an option. Because... Oh, no way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's cooking now. It's cooking now. Get in there. I don't even want them to, I don't want them to respond. Here. Don't concede. Don't concede. Don't concede. I'm having fun. 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 What is happening? Bro, we're at 50. We're at 62. What? Yeah, block. Get the block in there. Get the block in there. Holy cow, did that go crazy? That is nuts. That is probably one of the wildest games I'll ever see with this deck. That is, oh yeah, big happy guy, big happy boy right now. Go first. We have Cavern, the Naturalist, and the Packle. Say less. Start off with a Veteran. All on to play. We just need one land draw is all. Honestly, I might even start off with a Kellen instead of the Naturalist if we do draw a land. Well, we do. I think using Kellen to kind of get creatures into my hand over and over is a little bit better than maybe the mana that this will produce. And a lot of times when I like to play the Naturalist in this deck thus far is almost like a sacrificial piece. Like just kind of throw it out and get it in there. Well, we know what we're losing, but it is what it is. So this is Esper mid-range, not necessarily control, even though they will have control elements. Say the least. Play this. We'll name human. We'll play the Naturalist out. And we can make a map token. Although I guess we can wait till we attack here. If they trade that off, they trade that off and we're pretty thrilled about it. We want that probably in the yard, I would imagine. Imagine that's throwing us too much on the battlefield. And then we'll go ahead and get this Kellen. They have ways to make us this card, also with another Deep Cavern Bat. They obviously know what our last card in hand is. There's Rafine. And Rafine, Deep Cavern Bat's obviously going to attack. They're going to hope to give it our toughness, give that lifelink a little bit more presence. We don't really have a way to remove the bat. The only thing we can really do is make a big enough board presence that they're forced to block us. Activate here. Let's put it on Ellen, I guess. Frontliner is not good enough, at least in my opinion right now. Play here, name human. combat, I guess. Let's attack and attack. We won't have a way to draw it, I guess. Fine, because I mean it's not a bad draw regardless. Obviously, take out a 3, take 2, play another naturalist here, and a little bit more life back. I could play a Kellen to like cycle, but this has a counter on it. Not really able to block the flyers. One of the big downsides for us is the fact that these have flying. You having Gonjo. I didn't know we haven't Gonjo, so surprised to see such an aggressive attack, especially with what our current board state is. Do they have an answer to our current board space? Space? I don't know. Words, letter, phrases. They have a lot of removal in of themselves. Okay. Playing that one, we do have to watch for Virtue. They could make a 2-2 at any point, and they could play Tidebinder as well. Which is obviously possible. You know what that draw is. Oh boy. Now it's like, oh, we go to combat and they're gonna pop something right away. Sure. I think we're just out tempoed by honestly the better deck in general. Like Kellen, and then I don't even have the white to activate this. Something I just now thought about. So I mean, we're dead in the water to this. Not having a way to actually remove this, and not having a way to remove anything in general with this deck is just this deck's incredibly big downfall. So we can be all in that we want, but you have to play some amount of spot up removal or counter magic in this current state of the game. So let's just go to the outro now and just talk about that. Actually, how about we? Okay, so here we are. We're going to talk about this deck a little bit, and it has a lot of the same flaws that I think Dinos has, but a little bit even more so. We are incredibly all in with this deck, and being all in is not necessarily bad if you can back it up more times than you can't, like Mono Red does. However, we have spells in this deck that doesn't allow us to be as flexible as Mono Red, which is crazy. If you're not as flexible as Mono Red, and Mono Red is about as flexible as a frail stick, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't really be looking to play it that competitively. So my problem is, and the thing I'm kind of referring to, is Mono Red still has things like Lightning Strike and Burn spells that they can use to both progress their game plan, but also use to remove things of importance, like a Deep Cavern Bat if they have to, or like something that's really relevant, like a Shielded or something. Sometimes they can attack, Shielded blocks, they burn it down, things like that. Like, we don't have Brutal Cathar, for example. And that is something that is a little telling that this deck's not going to really be as good as it could be. The fact that we don't have a lot to, like, unless we just do the thing, we die or lose. So here's what it is, but that's not really the point of this deck. The point of this deck is to do what Dinos does, is be all in, play some fun cards that don't normally get played, and just have a blast. And I did. I think one of the games goes to show that. Like, all the losses or whatever that I might have found, don't really care about that. Gaining like 40 life in one turn because of all the doubles and doubles effects that happen, perfectly fine with me. Incredibly cool. So if you have the rares, because it is a lot to some extent, and you want to play a cool deck, this is definitely cool. However, competitive wise, not really going to be it. But once again, this deck list is from Legend. I think, is it LegenVD? It's LVD, but Legend. Oh, such a nice guy. I love his videos. His videos are awesome. You should definitely go check him out. A link to this specific video, because he made a deck list, will be in the description for sure. I'll re-say that, and as I said it in the intro. But yeah, you should definitely check him out. The guy's really cool. I love his content. I think he makes like fun decks and competitive decks, and also if you're looking for maybe some brawl content, he also provides that. So outside of that, I'm going to go. I didn't really want to play this deck too much because I don't know if it's necessarily that competitive. So it is what it is. Let's just get out of here. I hope you all had a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you are, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.